Yo, Reformed Criminal here. Tonight we're gonna be talking about drugs. Good evening wherever. Yeah, it's evening over here, but good morning or good afternoon wherever you are viewing this. Dealing with drugs. If you dealing with drugs, if you find yourself in a bad like cycle of always taking in drugs or just you know, just like a slave to drugs. I don't care what it is. Could be pills, it could be marijuana, it could be cocaine, heroin, meth, um, alcohol, because alcohol is a drug, especially if you do it excessively. I'm not talking about just like a glass of wine with a steak dinner. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you're taking bottles to the head at night or taking 2 or 3 beer cans to the head. Basically, when you're drinking to get drunk, that's what I'm talking about when we add it to drugs. When you're trying to take it to get drunk, that's when alcohol becomes a drug. So if you're dealing with any of those things, I want to let you know that it's very easy to overcome them. It's very easy to overcome all those things because I've been through every single thing that I've named, with the exception of heroin. I've partaken in. I know what it is to be an addict. I know what it is to tell yourself that you're not gonna do this. You're not. I'm gonna stop right now, or I'm only gonna do this much this week, or it's been 2 months. I haven't done anything. Maybe I should treat myself to this. Or I've been there, done that. I've been on the bad sides of where you end yourself up, because it's not the drugs. The drugs don't end you up anywhere. It's where you end up yourself. You know, I've been in all the bads. I've pretty much been there. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I'm talking about. This isn't a particular area that you want to have your expertise in, but hey, I'm human and I have been there. So that's why I feel like I'm more than suitable to tell you how to to overcome it. It's very simple. Like I said, you have to forgive. That's how you overcome the drugs. That's how you overcome the your addictions. Because now that I think about it, addictions can apply to other things too. You can be addicted to shopping. You can be addicted to sex. You can be addicted to porn. You can be addicted to uh, um, um, those are the major things I can think of right now, but I'm sure y'all could think of more. But whatever you're addicted to, you can overcome that with what I'm about to tell you as well. You can knock all that stuff out. You feel what I'm saying? As long as you forgive, you have to forgive. If you're medicating yourself with those drugs, or if you're trying to get drunk with the alcohol, or you're trying to like seduce yourself with porn or sex, or if you're trying to gorge yourself with food, that's also an addiction. Food. If you're trying to please yourself and sate yourself with food or whatever, you have to forgive. You have resentment in your heart. You have hatred. There's a void that's there because of maybe you don't have a good relationship with your father or your mother. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could have been molested. You know, um, you could have been sexually assaulted, and you have that void there. You don't know your parents. You don't know your real folks. It builds a void, and it builds a void inside. And so you're trying to fill that void with the drugs and the alcohol and the food and the addictions. You're trying to fill that void, but you're never going to fill that void with those things. That void can only be filled with God, with God's love. And I know you hear, oh, yo, it's God, but yeah, God is truly the answer. You have to forgive who you have resentment towards. Whoever it was that first put that hatred in your heart, you have to go forgive them. Whether it's your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, whether it was your uncle or your auntie that touched you or whatever, whether it was your friend that first introduced you to that kind of those drugs and addictions, you have to forgive. You have to forgive them. You feel what I'm saying? You can only be saved through forgiveness. You have to forgive. And then you forgive yourself for resenting them. Forgive yourself for 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 hating them, for having that hatred in your heart. I know it's gonna be hard. It shouldn't be hard, really, because if you've been having those addictions and you've been doing the drugs, and you know what I'm saying, it shouldn't be hard because you've 9 times out of 10 you've been suffering while doing those things. 9 times out of 10, no, 10 times out of 10 you've been suffering. You feel what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be hard because it shouldn't be hard to forgive, because it shouldn't be hard to forgive to stop the suffering, because you should be tired of the suffering. You feel what I'm saying? I'm giving you the answer. I'm not giving you anything, actually. God is giving you the answer for you to quell all the sufferings and all the pain. And all he wants you to do is forgive those who have done wrong against you. And he'll take away all that suffering, the addictions, the drug habits. He'll take them away. All he wants you to do is just forgive. So it may seem hard, but if you've been suffering like I know you have, if you've truly been suffering, and if you can admit to the suffering like I know you have been, then it'll be very easy to just forgive. It'll be very easy. More than likely, you want to be done with it. More than likely, you want to be done with it. You feel what I'm saying? More than likely, you want to be done with it. Don't fool yourself into believing that what you're doing right now is what you want. I've been there too, where I was like, oh, this is fun. Like, you know, you feel like you're living your life, and you know what I'm saying, you're in control of what you're doing. You're controlling this, but nah, it's just nah, because we as people, we don't have control over ourselves, because first of all, without God, we know nothing, and without God, we can do nothing. You feel what I'm saying? We don't have control. If God's not in control, and you definitely cannot be in control as man, that means there's only one other person that could be in control of you, and that's Satan. That's the devil. You feel what I'm saying? And so, do you want the devil controlling you? Because that's what he's doing when he has you hating yourself and hating those around you. You don't think you hate yourself? All them shots to the face, all those pill popping, all those snorts, all those puffs, that's hating yourself. Because if you loved yourself, you would not be killing yourself like that. You feel me? I'm talking from a real place, because I know. If you want to be done with that for real, if you want to be done, you got to forgive. Get rid of that hatred, that resentment. Whoever you have hatred and resentment towards, especially yourself, forgive. Forgive all those that have wronged you, especially yourself. Forgive yourself too. And God will forgive you. God will forgive you. And from that point on forward, it's on you to keep it up. Pray in the morning and pray at night. Don't do the normal prayers. Don't be asking God for this and asking God for that, because you don't know what you want. We as men, we don't know what we want. We don't know what to ask for. That's what the Holy Spirit is inside for us to know. The Holy Spirit is what prays on our behalf. We don't know what to pray for. If you want a prayer, if you want a solid prayer, it's one that you can just listen to without having to pray out of your mouth, because we don't know what to ask for. And we don't know what to ask for in our heads either. You feel what I'm saying? But if you want a prayer to go off of, I highly recommend this prayer. It's by Mr. Jesse Lee Peterson. Type in silent prayer. You can find it on YouTube. Type in silent prayer. That's the devil trying to stop me from giving this out. He's making me cough. That's the devil right there. It's called Silent Prayer by Jesse Lee Peterson. It's a silent prayer by Jesse Lee Peterson. I was just joking about the coughing thing with the devil. You know, not everything is the devil. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, it's Silent Prayer by Mr. Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson. Just type in Silent Prayer Jesse Lee Peterson on YouTube, and it'll pop up. Listen to that morning and night. As soon as you wake up and right before you go to bed, listen to that prayer and see if you don't get yourself a long way from where you are. You feel what I'm saying? And I hope that helps. This is nothing but the truth. You feel what I'm saying? I hope this finds you well. Listen to it. And if you truly want to help yourself, then do it. If you want to keep on suffering until you die, then do that too. Peace.